Hello, you are watching Gaming Marketing course where you will learn how to get your brands into gaming. Today we're going to talk about live streaming. So Twitch, YouTube, why do people stream, why do people watch, and what you can do in this area. My name is Wiktoria Wójcik and I once was a streamer myself. Right now I'm a co-founder of InStreamly, a platform that helps marketers type into gaming potential via streamers. We have helped over 150 brands do that already, and I'm happy to share all the knowledge that we learned through it. So let's go. It's obvious that people watch other people play games. Whether we are talking about live-streamed esports, like for example League of Legends World Championship that got 73 million people watching across different platforms at peak in 2021, or streamers, individual people streaming straight from their homes or homemade studios, like Dream, a streamer who up until recently, did not show his face when he streamed. And he still got 68,000 people on average watching him concurrently when he streamed Minecraft on Twitch. When we are talking about places where streamers stream, there are three major platforms in the West. It's gonna be Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. And in the last episode of the Gaming Marketing course, I'll talk about the future of live streaming and how I think the platform wars will unroll. But for right now, what you need to know is that Twitch is the biggest when it comes to number of hours streamed and number of hours watched. Then comes YouTube and Facebook close second. YouTube did not note enough growth between 2020 and 2021, while Facebook was growing really fast. And it's worth to always consider different kinds of streamers on different kinds of platforms when you're thinking about getting into live stream marketing. Some kind of games or content creators will be just on one platform and more popular on one platform than the other. Still, Twitch is king in most of the cases. And of course, those platforms do not exist without creators. Content creation around gaming is booming. On YouTube, when it comes to VOD content, all types of content on YouTube, there was 40 million people doing video game content on YouTube. When it comes to streaming, in 2021, it was just 400k people. When it comes to Twitch, in 2021, you could see that 16 million people have streamed on Twitch. And one of them was, for example, Ibai. Ibai is one of the most watched Spanish-speaking streamers, and on average there are 61,000 people watching him. He holds also the record for the most concurrent viewers for an individual streamer. 3.3 million people watching him, and he wasn't doing anything that spectacular then. So why is live streaming so popular? Why people are getting into live streaming and watching it? First of all, it's about authenticity. So this is the Gen Z buzzword that you know when you talk about, oh, what do Gen Z want? What do they need? You say authenticity. And live streaming is just that. You cannot script a whole live stream, especially when the most popular streamers stream for 40 hours a week. They are doing it full time. And it has to be raw, it has to be authentic, and sometimes a little controversial for it to be interesting. Then you have interaction. Viewing live streaming is not just passively consuming content. It's the interaction. You are participating in the content generation, and even if you are not actively taking part in chat, and chat can influence what's happening in the stream very heavily, you are still seeing it live. It feels more natural, like you are there, you are interacting with something that's getting generated. And the smaller the streamer community, the bigger the direct interaction between one viewer or a group of viewers and the streamer. When I was streaming, most of my content was about just directly talking with people who were responding in the chat. And people are in streaming and watching streaming because of this. And the third thing is community. Watching live streaming gives you a sense of community. You are being in the moment with other people watching at the same time. People in the chat are called by the streamer just chat. Chat, what do you think about it? Chat, what do we do now? You are a part of a mutual consciousness, a community of sort, and just live streaming is the embodiment of it. All in all, watching streams is about companionship and community, not just passive content consumption, and this is what is important to remember about live streaming and how is it different from VOD. So who are stream viewers? Where stream viewers are everywhere. Around 10% of the whole population watches live streaming. They are predominantly young people who are almost impossible to reach any other way. 61% live without TV, 66% of them use adblock. Basically, the only way to get to them is inside the streams, because most of the time they play games or they watch content around gaming, whether live streaming or VOD, and they use adblock doing it. And 50% of stream viewers watch over 8 hours of streams per week. Live streaming is a thing that you do on a second screen, something that you watch just in the background. So the numbers of watch time for individual people watching live streaming is very, very high. It's also not about just 10 minutes top content that's just, crammed together to give you the most excitement in the shortest time. Live streaming is long form. Streams last for hours. And this means that the viewers also will be more used to just watching for hours and hours at a time. And the gaming is just the context. The game played is just the context for the streamer, for the personality of the streamer. When he asked over 2,900 viewers why they watch live streams, most of them agreed that they just like watching games, but also what has the biggest, strongly agree number of people, it was the personality of the streamer. And this is very important to understand. Watching live streaming is not just watching games. Of course, you will choose a League of Legends streamer over a CSGO streamer because you prefer League of Legends over CSGO. But among all the thousands of streamers that stream League of Legends, you will choose this certain streamer because of their personality, for how entertaining they are, what they talk about, not only for gameplay. We watch other people play games because we do not only watch the game, we watch the mix of entertaining personality in the context of a game. Also, we sometimes watch live streaming because we don't want to play the game at the moment, but we enjoy spending time in the context of it. Chatting with other people on stream makes watching a stream not passive, but engaging. You are a part of a community, of a group. It's not just about, oh, I watch somebody play. No, you are a part of a community, and still the game is just a context. And of course, we will also sometimes watch to enjoy just the gameplay, or to learn how to be better at the game, watch the best players in the world. But you choose which creator to watch or which team to cheer on an esports tournament. The game is just the context for spending time together, for the personality of streamer, and for all the different motivations on why people watch live streams. So live streaming is a straight way to tap into the hearts of the gaming audiences. And this is very important because all the reasons I said before mean that the relationship between viewers and the streamers makes live streaming like a huge opportunity for brands. So let's talk about it. 81% of Twitch viewers agree that showing support for creator is crucial to the Twitch experience. 64% of them are more likely to consider a brand that supports their favorite streamers. It's all about the streamer, and the brand can be there supporting the streamer in this context. And 55% are just proud when they see a streamer they watch get sponsored, especially if it's a small streamer, because it means, wow, they are growing, they are getting better, they are becoming popular. The streamer you cheer on is a bit like your friend, and you want the best for them. And also you know that, brand collaborating with a streamer, brand appearing within a stream, even pre-rolls mean that the streamer is earning money this way, earning money to develop. So this is why live streaming is a very good way to get into the hearts of the gaming audiences. So we talked about the viewers, but what about the streamers? Why do people stream? What are the motivations? What you should know about streamers as individuals? We also did a survey about streamers, so here are some of the results. Motivations to streaming are fairly mixed. A lot of streamers declare that viewers are a bit like friends to them, but not all of them. There will be people who distance themselves from their viewers. And a lot of streamers say that they just like playing games, and streaming is just a bonus. You could say that streaming is just the context for playing games. And being popular is not the biggest motivation to become a streamer. Of course, every streamer wants their viewership count to go up, but none of them are there to just be the biggest one. This is a road and not a goal in itself. Streaming is not always about the game, the same way as watching isn't about the game. Because a lot of streamers either focus on one specific game because they like it, because they specialize in it, and most of them spend time playing and streaming variety of games and don't focus on a specific one. So for some of them, they are just specializing. One game it is. For some of them, because they are good at it, not just because they like it. And for over half of streamers, it's a variety, because the viewers stay with them regardless of the game. The viewers just want entertainment. And what they focus on when they stream. Most of them are always focused on engaging the viewers and commenting on in-game events. And what's happening in the game, of course, is important to what's happening in the stream, like what the streamer says. Sometimes it's just about, commenting what's happening in the game, especially when you are in very heavy gameplay. And some of the time is just engaging the viewers in any different kinds of conversations. For example, when I played League of Legends, I was commenting on in-game events, but not as a specialized person. I wasn't talking about strategy. I was more responding to what's happening. If I got killed, I laughed at it. If I got a kill and, was nearly winning, I was happy about it, commenting, reacting to it. So all in all, engaging viewers is very, very important for streamers. So what else do they focus on? Well, here are more graphs. First of all, 50% of them are focused on playing their best. So it means just 1 in 2 streamers focus on being good at the game when they stream. And majority, like a very huge majority of them, want to be entertaining for the viewers. And this is their biggest focus when they stream. On the other hand, they are a bit selfless in it, because they do not encourage viewers to subscribe or donate, so give monetary compensation, some kind of monetary support to the streamer. Most of them would disagree that they focus on it during the streams. And of course, the most important thing that's there, it's talking to the chat. You cannot stream without talking constantly. When you watch the biggest streamers in the world, they are the biggest because they don't leave any minute, any 10 seconds without something happening. If they are watching something, if they are playing, there's like focusing and this is the greatest moment. But most of the time, they will be talking about something. And the biggest difference between beginner streamer and professional streamer is the amount of time that's spent in silence. The bigger you get, the better you get at being a streamer, the more time you talk. And of course, there are streamers that want to convey knowledge about the game. This is also very important. Still, the game is just a context, but if you are playing the game, yes, you will provide knowledge, all that you know. Try to be as entertaining as possible in it. And there are streamers that will be, on one hand, entertaining, and because they are great at the game, 50% of time they will also be sharing very, very good knowledge. And this is the mix about live streaming. This is not just playing games, watching games, and this is just not only just talking to each other. Even though the biggest category on Twitch right now is just chatting, but it doesn't mean that these are not the same people who watch then the streamer play a certain game. We talked about streamers' motivation. So let's talk about some streamers' profile, because based on the survey that we did, we also found out the 4 major streamer profiles you should understand. So let's dive deep into them. First, there is a homie streamer. Person that streams for their friends, and their friends are their viewers. For them, streaming is a fun addition, not the meaning of their life. They stream because they don't like to play alone, and they do not care about monetizing the stream. They never want to become a professional. They just, find it fun. And they are, of course, focused on playing their best and engaging viewers. This is still a core focus for streamers, but they don't take it too seriously. For example, you could say that I was this kind of streamer because I never put enough hours to call myself an aspiring star. And I started streaming because I didn't like to play alone. And I knew that if I stream, people would like to play with me and I will have friends to play together. And this was my sole motivation for streaming, and you could say that definitely my viewers were my friends, even though not a lot of my real world friends were watching me. Then you have the aspiring stars, the people who are starting to take streaming more seriously. They want to become popular, they want to stream as a career. When they grow enough, they are facing this decision between going full-time or just streaming as an addition to their life. And I know a streamer that is streaming usually around 3 to 4 hours every day after work, and they are now saving up money to quit their job and try streaming full-time for a year. They know that at the first they will not be able to support themselves with just streaming money, but they want to earn enough right now to save up and give themselves a chance to become a full-time streamer. These are the people that I'm talking about. They stream regularly and they are putting a lot of hours, because to get even 50 people watching you constantly, it's not an easy thing. They focus on engaging viewers. They also remind them to donate and subscribe, because this is the moment when the money starts to count. When they stream, they are consciously creating content to be used in other channel. Right now, you cannot be a streamer without having any other social media. Twitch or YouTube is not enough for discovery. So you have to create content on other channel and make sure that you have some kind of relationship with your viewers outside of the times you stream. They also put a lot of effort into narrating and being funny. They are nailing the entertainment side, they are nailing the relationship with the viewers, and they have the biggest, most engaged fans. Aspiring stars, I think they make around 20% to 30% of streamers. Next, we have badass players. They stream because they are good at games and want to be perceived as the best, both in games and streaming. They are here to compete, doesn't matter if it's a game or it's anything else. They believe they can earn good money on streaming, and they also encourage viewers to donate and subscribe. They focus on playing their best and sharing the knowledge about the game. They don't care about being entertaining. They want to be seen as a gaming guru. They are here to play their best, share their best knowledge, and also earn the best. Next, we have a professional streamer. So this is a streamer that sees streaming as a part of their work, as a contract, and they've been doing that for years. These are the people who are just in the business for a while and know ins and outs for it. So they do systematic, well thought out work. They are not here to stream from time to time. They have a consistent schedule. They do content. They usually will have a team working with them or around them. Of course, it depends on how big you are as a streamer. Some of them will just have a manager, and some of them will have a whole team of creative directors, art directors, managers, PRs, everything you can imagine around a celebrity. When they stream, they do not interact with the viewers that much. There is just too many viewers and the chat is going too fast. But they are still focusing on being as entertaining as possible, and they get viewers watching them. They also focus on generating a great volume of content when they stream, mainly for other platforms. If you go to YouTube and just type in Asmongold, you will see his whole YouTube channel called Asmongold Clips, and he has a person just making clips and uploading them to YouTube, and they are watching thousands of views. And this is not an unusual thing. Streamers, professional ones, treat streaming as a first step in the content generation pipeline. These are your professionals, and they are professionals for a reason. So we talked about streamers. We talked about different kinds of streamers, why they stream, why people watch them. So let's talk about how you can use it to your advantage. Here are the 5 ways, just an outline, simple ways. Of course, you can mix and match and do many more things, but let's stick to the basics of getting your brand into live streaming. So they're gonna be platform ads, working directly with streamers, whether it's ongoing ambassadorship, broad ambassador program, product placements on stream and social media, or automated scale sponsorships. Let's talk first about the platform ads. So these are the ads done by the platform, not through the streamer. They are the easiest way to implement yourself into gaming live streaming, and they are highly targetable. You can plop in the video and there you go. There are also banner-based options, though they are not as popular as video ads. And those mid-rolls and pre-rolls still give a revenue share to the streamers. For sure, there are some pros and cons to this solution. They are easy to run, they have exact targeting, they target the worldwide market because the broad platform, and they have many traditional options. If you do any kind of advertising on the internet, well, you will understand those platform ads. The cons are also there. They are very disruptive for the viewing experience. Imagine that you are watching a stream for hours. The streamer is beating a boss in a game. They've been trying for the 50th time. And you are watching, this is the moment they might succeed, and then an ad, a mid-roll, something that just interrupts your viewing experience, and there is a brand selling you sausages. Oh, hello, buy my sausage. Not the greatest thing. You will probably be mad at this sausage brand than, happy about it. So they are disruptive for the viewing experience, and you have to go through it. Most of the viewers accept it, though most of them also do not love it. They are also blockable by ad blocks, and because of the disruptive experience, they are blocked a lot. Also, they are old school, like it's a TV ad. It's an ad that's in the middle of watching some kind of content. Nothing special, nothing spectacular. It works. And it's also non-interactive. This is just like your plain old video ad. And, you accept the things for the pluses that you get. So how to do it right? First of all, stay relevant to the gaming context. You cannot just plop any kind of ad. Like, of course you can, you can do anything you want, but plopping just an ad that's there on TV or digital and has nothing to do with the context of gaming or anything, I think is not the best way. And the best way to do it is to do something that, sticks to the gaming and live streaming context, fit the audience you are targeting and the place you are targeting them at. And the second thing you should do, you should treat it as a part of your strategy. One ad and just pushing video ads on the platform might not be enough. It's a great media buy, you can just simply scale up and down, get reach, get done. But I would highly encourage it to make it part of your mix, to make something for people to know about your strategy, about all the other things that you are doing. Raising awareness, but not doing it as the sole only thing you do in gaming. And also, you can treat it as basically a TV ad. and all the old school rules for making good advertising count very much here. Make sure that it's just interesting to watch, that it's fun to watch, that it brings some kind of value, whether it's entertainment or education or anything. This is an ad, as normal of an ad as it gets, and make sure to make it good along with the, the art of marketing. Then you have all the things that you could do directly with the content creators. Let's start with influencer ongoing ambassadorship. So taking one or couple, but let's stick to one in this example, big personality to be face of your brand for the broader gaming audience. This is your ambassador, you are working with them, you are doing different stuff with them in and out gaming. And yeah, this is a good idea. Millions of fans are watching the person for a reason. And also, if you do it right, you will get their authentic voice to reach those audiences. So first of all, you should take advantage of the influencer creativity and image. Big influencer, ongoing ambassadorship, pros and cons. First, affinity. If the influencer, if the streamer fits your brand, the boost might be incredible. They are there, they fit your brand, they work well. This is natural to them to promote you, it's natural for you to be with them. The affinity and how viewers will perceive it is very good. And it comes together with conversion, because the biggest stars have a lot of influence over the millions of fans. And if your brand fits, and if your brand seems natural to them, it will seem more natural to the viewers. And creativity. Best creators are the best for a reason. And they can be really creative and do fun stuff with your brand if you just let them. The cons are also there. It's usually quite expensive when I'm talking about the biggest stars, because 99.9% of streamers on the platform have less than 100 to 150 viewers. So you can count on probably fingers of 5 people, maybe more, the streamers that have more than 50,000, 20,000 viewers, concurrent viewers. So the biggest stars are, very rare and very expensive. Also, it's a limited reach to a certain niche, because if somebody is streaming CSGO, even if they are the most popular person in the world, there's a chance that I have never heard about them, because I'm a League of Legends watcher. So when you go with a certain ambassador, they are great for their audience and the audiences that are, similar to theirs, but it will not reach very, very broadly. And also, it requires very mindful choice and due diligence, because your brand will get associated with this person. So make the right choice and choose the right person. How to do it right? Well, first of all, do not plop just the logo on stream and call it a day. Make meaningful actions. You're working with the top of the top, and let your activations manifest that. Be creative. Make the influencer a part of your strategy, whether it's a product or marketing strategy. Have them be a part of your brand really vividly, and you will see profits. Also, trust the creator. They know their audience the best. There is a high chance that when they will propose to do something, you will see as very weird. And just, I don't know, I'm not sure about it. Trust them. They know what their audience like. And sometimes it might be weird, but as long as it does not cross your guidelines that you have, and make sure that they are not too strict, it will work and it will be really, really fun and good for you. And as I said, it's a long-term thing. Choose wisely. Make sure the audience and the sentiment fits your needs. For example, if you are a female-focused brand, choosing a female streamer sounds like a good idea. But on the other hand, usually female streamers will not have the biggest female audiences. The handsome guys will do. So make sure that you know the audience that you are targeting, and also that the streamer you are working with fits what you need and what your brands represent. Do your diligence and do it diligently. Here is a good example of a long-term ambassadorship. It's Shroud and Logitech. Shroud is known as one of the best FPS players in the world, and he will not accept mediocrity. He wants to play the best, be the best, and needs the best hardware to do it. And this is why Logitech was a natural partner to him, and Logitech wanted to be seen as a natural partner with him. And he created his own line of gaming hardware. He says that he's been using Logitech the whole life. This is kind of like a no-brainer. The brand, what it wants to represent, what it wants to be bought for, is very in line with Shroud and his own shopping choices. And this is one of the best ambassadorships examples, when the brand fits the streamer, when what they do fits what the audiences expect. Just marvelous. I just love this example. Next, you can also go with a broad influencer ambassadorship program. What do I mean by that? I mean making a program when thousands of smaller, mid-sized, maybe those mid to large influencers will be promoting your brand. 99% of Twitch streamers have less than 200 viewers. So you can take advantage of how they reach multiple different niches and they have engaged communities. So you can run a program where you not only get them to advertise your brand, but you contribute to the whole gaming community by supporting thousands of streamers and creators. And building an influencer ambassadorship program like this has its pros and cons. For sure, creating a vast network of streamers promoting your brand gives a big network to work with. More creative ideas, more streamers to promote it, more different audiences and niches. It has a low cost compared to the number of points of contact with the brand. So, compared to the biggest influencer, biggest ambassador, this is cheaper per, number of viewers that you might reach, their engagement, etc. And credibility, the affinity, being a supporter of small creators, as we discussed before. Supporting creators is in the core of live streaming experience, and running an ambassadorship program with many smaller streamers just puts you in this position of being a supporter. The cons are also there. This sounds like a big project, and it is a big project. It's time intensive, both in how long it will take you to prepare something like this and how long you will need to run it to get the best results. Because it's not a one-time short campaign. It needs planning and ongoing communication. And it's sometimes unpredictable in results. With one streamer, you can predict that they have on average this and this number of viewers, the usual sponsorships convert and on this and this rate. Okay, we can do that. In here, you are walking in the dark in a bit, and also you'll be learning on your own mistakes and your own data. So how to do a broad influencer ambassadorship program right? First of all, you should add real benefits. And you can think about that you do not only get the streamer opportunity to represent your brand, it's not enough, but you give them some kind of benefit. And make sure that the value you provide is just substantial to them. This is how you win in the long term. And it can be monetary, it can be products, it can be any kind of support, but make sure that the benefits on both sides are, fair. Then you should think about it as you are creating a network of ambassadors. Ambassadors means long-term collaboration. Next, you should also think about it as creating a community, not just a simple transaction. It's not about just showing your logo inside a stream and saying, oh, I'm a partner with this and this brand. You can win so much by treating this as a real ambassadorship. And leveraging that, you have many and many ambassadors together that can be brought as a community. Treat them as your partners. Make parties for them. Give them an opportunity to meet each other. Because, streaming sometimes gets lonely. And being a platform for streamers to meet like-minded streamers and maybe learn from them, it's a no-brainer and it works. Create a community, not a transaction. And the third thing is that you should focus on what's important. So automate your work as possible. There are many ways depending on what you want to do. Some brands are creating their own technology to run their own ambassadorship programs. Others use solution. For example, we provide this solution. It's called StreamKoi. You're creating your just own white label streamer program. When you give out benefits, you automate campaigns within streams, get all the reporting you need, all the payments from one simple dashboard. All in all, whatever you choose, make sure you focus on the work that's really important. So it's content quality, benefits, events, working with the streamers, making something more than just tedious work of managing and getting reports and payments and all this thing. Whatever you choose to do things that drive the program forward. Here is a good example of iBuyPower program. They have right now at least 100 streamers. They have recently been, marketing the whole program. And they are engaging them on events. For example, on TwitchCon, you can see there is a streamer, doing stream directly from their booth on TwitchCon. And they also have clearly laid out incentives and commitments for streamers. So what we will expect from you and what you can get in return. And those clear terms just work. The streamers know what they are signing up to. They also automated onboarding and day-to-day work between streamers and the brand via StreamKoi. And they have a community-only Discord. They are creating a whole community around the brand, a community of creators. And this is, I think, a good way to do it. Next up, let's talk about product placement on streams and in social media. And this is very broad because it can go on for years. It can be a big campaign with many streamers. It can be just one simple product placement or a part of a bigger strategy. But let's talk about the basics here. Product placement on streams and social media is, you could say, influencer marketing at its simplest. You are treating gaming influencers similar to others, and it has its advantages. It's a simple solution. You can compare it to any other channels, and you still reach a new audience, this gaming audience. But you have to make sure that your product placement fits the gaming word, and I think then you are good to go. Of course, as everything, it has its pros and cons. First of all, it has a low entry barrier. It's similar to just normal influencer marketing, so basically any brand and manager can understand what can and can't be done. If done right, good product placement on streams and in social media of streamers can drive straightforward conversions. This is influencer marketing. This is how it works. It's easy to understand and compare with other channels, and it still leaves a lot of room for creativity, both of the streamer and the brand. Then cons are also there, because if the streamer is streaming, they cannot show the product every 10 minutes or so, and the number of people watching at the same time is limited. So not only the placement on stream is limited in time, but also has a short shelf life. Usually if the streamer doesn't repost it, the content is live and then it's gone. Not a lot of people watches VODs on a platform like Twitch. And also it can be perceived as boring if done in a typical influencer marketing way. As we said, live streaming is about authenticity, and streamers are under a lot of scrutiny over if they are authentic enough. So make sure your product placement is fun and not just a boring interruption to the stream. And there is also a lot of manual work, back and forth. Hey, please, can we do a thing like this? Okay, here is the product, please send it. Can you do it? When will you do it? Here are the guidelines. A lot of work, and is visible for a limited amount of time. Of course, you can work with agencies that have a lot of influencers participating, but still the work is there. So how to do it right? Well, first of all, make it a good experience. Engage fans. You are in live streaming format, so do something, or ask the streamer to propose something that engages the fans, makes them a part of the activation, not just passive audience you are buying access to. Think about ways to have the fans contribute to the placement. The second thing, you should embrace the unplanned. Fun and spontaneous is always better than scripted. Of course, it doesn't mean that you just have to give the product and say to the streamer or do whatever you want, but err on the side of not making everything pixel perfect. You should trust the creator to come up with good ideas and roll with a bit of craziness and sticking to the most important parts of the outline. The rest is improvisation, and this is what live streaming is about. And the last thing is choose wisely. Find the influencers that fit, especially if you are renting the audience just one time, because a female streamer might not have a female audience, and older streamer doesn't mean that they have an older audience. So make sure you choose the right people to reach the right people. Here's one of my favorite examples of a good product placement that was very simple. So Lyric, he's a streamer that usually streams without the camera. So how do you get a streamer without the camera to do something around, shaver? Well, he asked fans to post photos on Twitter with a special hashtag, and then he reviewed the photos and the facial hair of the viewers on the stream and gave them advice what kind of bird they should have, how they should use the razor they are talking about. And there was no viewership drop during sponsored segment. And he usually did this in a way of 40 minutes of gameplay, the usual content, and then 5 minutes of product placement. There was no, long and boring product placement. It was an addition, something fun, something new to the stream. There was no webcam, pure fun interaction, and it worked beautifully. A next example from Poland, Pago and Zalando. Pago is a streamer known for being a bit weird, funny. He has very engaged audience and he mostly streams FPS games. During his stream, he ordered clothes from Zalando, and then he did a fashion show in his way of doing a fashion show. This is not something you would expect from fashion, but it was very relevant and fun for the viewers and Pago. It was natural for him. He just, tried on clothes, asked the chat what they think about them, and it just fit what he did. So sometimes a simple idea, something that is fun, a bit toying with a convention, just works. The next thing you could do is you can automate your sponsorships and go for many of small streamers at once. We do this at Instreamly, and we make sure it's fitting to the game, immersive, and just fun to watch for viewers. So thousands of small and medium streamers with engaged communities, and usually most brands don't have access to those thousands of small and medium streamers. It's time consuming to work with even just one streamer. So we aggregate them, automate the way to show a brand within a stream, and we can, for example, have the brand react to what happens in the streamed game. You get the benefits of influencer marketing affinity because the streamers choose who they want to be sponsored by. You get the measurability of paid media because every view, every click, every kind of data is measured, and you also get the unblockability of a TV because you are directly in the streamed content. And like in any kind of direct influencer sponsorship collaboration between a brand and a streamer, you are part of the streamer content. And the only thing you need to do is, make sure your message fits to the streaming world and dive in. Of course, as with everything, there are pros and cons to it. The pros are here. It's flexible. It's scalable because you can scale it up and down, make the budget higher, stop it, play it, make sure that your campaign fits any kind of dates or numbers that you want to achieve. You can also be flexible with creative input. If you just want to, amplify your normal campaign with just gaining media reach, this is it. Or you can do a standalone strategy around streamers, live streaming, and, the opportunities are there. React to the game, react to the time of the day, make it connected to an API. The choice is yours. It's contextual. We can interact to what happens in the stream, to what happens in the chat, and it's unblockable by adblock because it's directly in the streamed content. It's broad because you are reaching many niches at once. And actually, we have proven that the more streamers you have in a campaign, the more dispersed the network you are in, the better results you get. Different audiences, more niches, and just more engagement. And also affinity. Streamers choose to work with you, and viewers know that a brand within a stream appearing just supports them. And pair it with just being non-intrusive for the viewers, taking just a small part of the stream and making it more contextual. It is a no-brainer that sits between, paid media and old school influencer marketing. The cons are there. You cannot do it without the platform like in Streamly, because at scale, without the right tech, like if you have 1,000 people doing a lot of manual work, maybe you can do it, but the technology is still needed for the more advanced things. Many small streamers build affinity, but not the credibility of a big star. So viewers appreciate that you support a big streamer, a small streamer, but it's not the same as, Shroud with Logitech and firming a new hardware with his own face. Still, the affinity and the engagement counts. You also have less control over streamers individually. You need to trust the streamers. You're appearing in the content. They are talking about the brand, but they do not do this always. And in general, it needs trust and it needs your commitment to being inside live streaming and agreeing that streaming it is what it is. And also it needs time to build reach. If you have one big influencer showing something during just one stream, you will get quite a bit of reach with it, or doing a social media post. With thousands of medium and small size streamers, it needs time to build meaningful reach. But it doesn't mean that you cannot get far with it, because you can get to 1,500,000 views in a month, for example, in markets like France or Germany or Poland. Usually we can do that. So the reach is there. It's not just available on a whim. So how to do it right? First of all, you should take advantage of the context and make it a fun experience. So for example, you can make sure that different kind of artworks and different kind of messaging is there for different kinds of games, and we make it easy to implement, so it will just show depending on the game. And make sure it's just not a banner taken from Google Media Ads or just a logo on stream. You can take advantage of the whole viewing experience and make sure you do it, because it just gives better results. Also, offer something unique. Benefit wins the click. When you got an offer that the brand placement said that, for example, click the link in the chat and you will get an X% discount, it just got better results. So whether it's a promo code, unique knowledge, make sure people have a reason to click in chat. Or on the other hand, if you just want awareness and you want them to see it, that's all right by me. But still, then the first point counts. Make it visually appealing and, interesting. And be proud. Share the opportunity broadly. You're basically taking the advantage of ambassadorship program, but instead making it a short-term campaign. Be proud and share the news in your other social media and say that you are supporting streamers and every streamer can join your campaign. You are contributing to the whole gaming community. Champion how you are doing it and just share the news, because we know that streamers really appreciate that. So here are my 2 favorite examples of Instreamly campaigns. First of all, Small Hunger. He is a mascot for a Danone brand, and he's known for being snarky, making fun of people, and saying to people that they should eat the yogurt, and he appears when they are hungry. So what we did with VML, we did the campaign that reacted to what happens in Fortnite. When a streamer had low HP, so not a lot of energy, Small Hunger monster appeared and made fun of them, basically saying, haha, you are weak at the game, you should eat something. And it was really fun. It was reacting to the game, it was fitting to the brand, and got quite a bit of marketing awards. The link to this video case study will be in the description of the video down below, and also in the description of the video you can get access to the slides from this video. So the second example is Oyakata, that was run in 3 markets at the same time. And what I liked about this campaign is you could see that the main character, the brand hero of the brand, is appearing in different parts of the screen. So it is taking advantage of the whole screen. And it's not just a banner that sits there or a logo that sits there, but something fun that is just within the stream. It also got quite a bit of streamers participating in this campaign, because 1,300 streamers across 3 markets. And you can read more Instreamly case studies when you access the presentation or just on our website. All in all, it was an overview of the possibilities, and they are endless, because these are just the basics, the couple of things to start your mind, and what you can do with them, what kind of creativity you can implement to it, it's up to you. Just remember to always put players and the audience first. Treat those things that I said as starting points for your strategy, for your tactics, and always make sure you put your emphasis on creativity and, doing something a bit unique. In the next episode, we'll talk about esports marketing in depth. So how not to throw your money in the drain with esports marketing. My colleague Jakub Janaszek, who has been working in the esports industry for the past 6 years, will be sharing this information with you. So make sure that you will watch. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, share it with people on social media or your colleagues at work, because it really helps us out. And I'm not only telling you this as Instreamly, it helps us out because you're sharing our content. I'm telling you this as a gamer that says the more people learn about making good gaming marketing, the better ads I get. So please share it for my sake in these terms. And also, if you want to, reach gamers, you can do it with Instreamly. I told you how we do it just 3 minutes ago in the video. And if you have any questions, any ideas, want to collaborate, make sure to reach out to me on LinkedIn, via email, or via contact form and on our website. All the links are down below. And remember, you can download all the slides from the links below from our landing page. And don't forget that at the end of the course, you can take a test and get your gaming marketing certificate that proves that you have all the basic knowledge needed to start making gaming campaigns. Thank you very much, and see you in the next episode.